Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at a team that I already showcased earlier, but that was Friendly Battle. So we're going to take a look now at Kyurem, our very good friend, the golden cheese string boy in the back there, and our Shando Mewtwo. That's basically our team for today. Gholdengo, of course, is a Pokemon that most people most likely not have really, because it's a little bit difficult to get, as you need to get 999 coins only. That's not as much as 1000, luckily. So way easier, of course, but yeah, you need a lot of coins for this Pokemon, and it's a little bit difficult to get those. I got my coins thanks to the regional in Utrecht where I was, and like a lot of people put the lure module down. I wasn't able to put mine down because like every time there was a lure on, we didn't have as many stops as any other regionals anywhere in the world. Like, it's wild, by the way, if you compare how many stops regionals in Europe get compared to how many stops regionals everywhere else basically get. Like, Europe always gets shafted. But yeah, that's not really the topic of the video. What can you use instead of the Gholdengo? You can also use Metagross. Metagross is also a very good core together with the Kyurem. Kyurem is a very strong Pokemon in this current meta. Glaciate makes this Pokemon so good. Like, this Pokemon is definitely up there, has a lot of potential to nuke them all, and yeah, in general, this Pokemon, very cool Pokemon. I really like it. Definitely recommend you to build a Kyurem in the current meta. This will not go anywhere. It's always going to be meta relevant, I think, because Glaciate just made this Pokemon so much better. Here we're going to see now Kyurem against Groudon. This is going to be a very nice matchup. As we're going to see a Dialga coming in, we can go ahead and go into our Gholdengo. Gholdengo has the option to go for a Focus Blast, but we're going to bait here with the Shadow Ball. Was that the smart decision here? It was the smart decision, as my opponent going to shield up the move. I will shield up the move as well, as it can be a Draco Media, and it is a Draco Media. It is resisted, but you know already, Dialga is a very attack-rated Pokemon. It's going to do a ton of damage even though it is resisted. This is going to be only an Iron Head, so we're going to be fine here. And we will be able to now realign. You're going to have a ton of energy, and you know already, if we have the option to go for one Focus Blast, we of course go for that one. Say goodbye to the Groudon, and you thought, nope, it's going to still survive it here. I think this is only a Fire Punch, and no, okay, never mind, there was Precious Blades. A good thing that I shield then. I was like, yeah, could have been also something else. But yeah, we're going to be able to go for some Glaciate damage here against the opponent's Lugia, which is going to be amazing here. As you can see, Glaciate going to be able to debuff them even further. Fast move is super effective from the opponent, but it is fine here. As you can see, they have to throw a charge move here, and I don't even know if Sky Attack knocks me out here. It does not, and we're going to be able to even still get to another Glaciate here. Kyurem is just so strong, as we will be able to farm him down now. I should have maybe went into my Gholdengo instead, taking the move, but here we should still be able to reach another charge move. You thought I misplayed that, because I thought my opponent already like has more energy, but I think I just didn't pay attention to the battle. Like, honestly, I think I thought that they went for a Fire Punch prior, which is shielded, but they went for Precious Blades. There was no way of them getting to a charge move there, so I completely failed this because I just didn't pay attention to the battles, to be fair. That definitely was something where, if I counted the energy of the opponent's Groudon, if I like was in a tournament or anything, any situation where I really needed to win, I would have kept track of the energy of the Groudon, because there was not even a way there for them to get to the move. Like, it was not even close there. I just gave the opponent a free win because it didn't count the energy of the Groudon. My own mistake, of course, but yeah, I definitely should do that a little bit better next time. Here we're going to see the matchup against the Kyogre. Are they going to go for the Blizzard? They're going to go for a Surf, so they're most likely going to have only resisted charge moves here against us, which we're going to take advantage of, as we're going to be able to farm them all the way down here. We're going to have now the swap immediately into our Gholdengo. We have a shield advantage, which is very decent, which we're most likely going to lose pretty soon here, but we're going to see the Rayquaza coming in. That's going to be an interesting match still. We can go for one Shadow Ball, of course, which is going to do a ton of damage, but it's going to be an interesting one, as they can debuff me here. I will be able to knock them out eventually, though, because they're going to do only resisted damage, and I can go for one Shadow Ball now. But it's still going to be an interesting matchup here. Let's see. We will be able to go ahead and go for another Shadow Ball here, which is going to do a decent amount of damage. Hopefully enough to knock them out. Nah, not even close. But we can snipe them here with the Glaciate from the Kyurem. This should definitely seal the deal, right? It does, and we're going to be able to win this game here with our Kyurem. Swapping now, next game here, we're going to see the Ho-Oh against us. It's going to be an interesting one as well, as we're going to see that we can go ahead and go for some Glaciate damage eventually. I kinda... it's an awkward scenario here, to be fair. Like, either they go for a Brave Bird immediately and they're going to dip, or they're going to overfarm a little bit more. Here they went up to actually 100 energy, which is wild. Go for the Sacred Fire, and then they're going to swap out. I can debuff them real quick. This will allow us to have a better matchup with our Gholdengo. As this also, I think, nearly puts them into Shadow Ball range, maybe. Let's take a look at this. Does this knock out the opponent's Dialga? We will find out shortly. We will not find out shortly, because they're going to shield this move up. I'm fine with that one, though. I can let this move go through, which is definitely the right decision here. It's going to be a Draco Meteor. I can take this one, and I will be able to knock them out here with another Shadow Ball, or they're going to let this move, like, yeah, they're going to shield this move up there. Then they would have been able to realign, but it didn't really matter too much. We see the Dragonite coming in. I don't know if this was the right play here. I'm gonna go ahead, go for one Side Strike, as I will be able to go ahead and do some decent damage with that. And let's take a look what they're gonna do here. They're gonna go for one charge move. This will be a Dragon Claw. That's okay for us. And here you see why I lose this battle now. I want to go for the charge move. The game just lagged and stuck there, and they got their own charge move off before I can get mine off. I would have won CMP here and like this. Sadly, I'm not going to be able to win this game because, yeah, if I got my move off in time, I would have been easily able to win this one. There was nothing the opponent could have done. But at least I'm still going to get the draw here. But without the small lag there, I would have been fine. But yeah, that's still, the game isn't perfect. But of course, it's still better than what we had a few months even ago. It's actually kind of wild. Like, the game is not even fixed a year ago. Like, before a year or whatever, it was still so super inconsistent. So while this sucks to lose battles like this, I'm totally okay with losing at least. Like, I'm just used to, like, the old days where, like, everything was completely broken. So I'm okay with just, like, a half-broken game. As we're going to be able to go for a Shadow Ball now. This will do some decent damage against the opponent. And we're going to get a shield advantage here, which we're most likely going to give up immediately here again, because a Draco Meteor, again, going to do a ton of damage here. And they're going to swap into a Mewtwo, and we can say goodbye to the Mewtwo, because our Gholdengo going to have a great time here, going for the Shadow Ball, nuking them away. We got there before they get to their own Shadow Ball. Let's see what's coming in next. We're going to see the Dialga coming in. Actually, I could have farmed them all the way down here, I think. And yeah, that was most likely a misplay of me swapping out here, but we're going to see the Metagross coming in now. There's going to be a very close matchup here. Let's take a look what we can do. Glaciate coming through. We're going to get the debuff onto the opponent, as we can go ahead and go for another Glaciate afterwards, because they're going to undercharge this, because they have to. They have to get 3 more fast moves in so they can get to one Earthquake against my Pokemon in the back there, but they're going to actually do that here and now. Sadly, we lose CMP, and this Earthquake going to knock us out. Or not, because of 2 debuffs from Glaciate, which are going to like lower the opponent's attack by quite a bit. We're going to be able to survive this one, which is going to be very, very good for us, of course. Very nice game there. Horrific lead here. The worst possible lead basically is Zacian and Yveltal coming in. If I win this game, like, I don't know, like, honestly, that would be wild. I don't know how this game is going to go, but I don't see really the point of me playing this at this moment right now. Doesn't really seem too, yeah, like, it's completely hardball. Like, literally the worst possible lead while also facing the worst possible save swap. This is one thing, by the way, where I feel like that my moveset on Mewtwo is not really ideal. If I had a Mewtwo and I will build up right now, and I only have Side Strike, I'm thinking, oh, do I put on Shadow Ball? I wouldn't do it if it was my Mewtwo now. Of course, I already did it prior when there was a different meta, but right now I would definitely run Focus Blast instead, which is free and definitely better to use. Here, of course, usually we would be able to wall the Zacian completely, but of course my opponent going to run all the one time here Wild Charge, which is just, yeah, sadly basically a KO thing there. There's nothing that I can really do here anymore. Usually we would wall both Dialga as well as the Zacian with our Gholdengo, but sadly not today. Next opponent, Landorus in the lead. That's going to be an iffy matchup. Like, you think, okay, you have an Ice type against a Flying and Ground type, but we don't have an Ice type fast move, so we're going to swap out here, and we can go for the Side Strike. This will force a shield from the opponent, which is going to be very decent, as we're going to be able to now go ahead and go for our own shield, as we kind of want to keep our Mewtwo at a healthy, yeah, and a healthy health, definitely a healthy health. We're going to see the Lugia coming in here. That's going to do a ton of damage. Here's definitely where the Shadow Ball does some pretty decent damage as well. What I actually thought as well right now, Ice Beam on Mewtwo would be also really smart. Like, I had like a phase before where like Ice Beam Mewtwo would be the best one that you can use, because you hit both Lugia as well as the Yveltal with it, which helps out quite a bit. If you're a Shadow Mewtwo, actually, you can win against Yveltal if you have Ice Beam, which is kind of funny. But, yeah, here we're still running the Shadow Ball, which still is very decent for this matchup at least, but going to be a little bit awkward here, so we're going to go for one Shadow Ball against the opponent. Let's see if that's going to do a ton of damage. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and let this move go through, actually, which is not really ideal for us. We're going to shield up the move, and they're going to bait us here as they go ahead and go into our Kyurem. This was not really ideal. Issue is here They mostly just gonna go ahead and go for one big nuke here with the Stone Edge, and they do, which is fine for us actually, because they're forced to throw another charge move, which is cool, and this is going to be the superpower now. Now they're debuffed, and they don't have a charge move to really hit my Gholdengo, so what we're going to do here is we're going to go for a full farm down. Full farm down here against the opponent's Landorus. We see the superpower coming through. We're going to have now 100 energy, and of course, you know already, how do we greet Dialga with a Gholdengo? We say boom to them, and we say goodbye to them as well, as we can go for the Focus Blast and knock them out. And next opponent here, Kyurem against Ho. That's going to be an interesting matchup for us as well, as we will be able to go ahead for one charge move here, but we actually see a Gyarados coming in, which is really awkward for our team. Gyarados has the move Crunch, which is going to be super effective against both of my Pokemon in the back. They're going to have the move Dragon Breath, which is going to be super effective against my Pokemon in the lead. So we're going to go ahead and go into our Gholdengo, and we're going to overfarm too much here, which is going to be awkward, as we're going to let this move go through still, because it's going to be an Aqua Tail only. And I can go ahead and go for one Shadow Ball. Sad CMP there, but we're going to be able to knock them out at least when we're going to see now the opponent coming into a Ho-Oh. I needed one more fast move to get to the move, and now it's going to be a really awkward matchup to win, as the opponent has such a big advantage now. They can go ahead, go for one Sacred Fire now, and they need one more fast move to get to the next charge move here. I will be able to go for one Glaciate here, debuffing the opponent's attack, but it's going to look a little bit difficult here to win this matchup. We can go ahead and shield this move up as well. I think it's going to be a Brave Bird, and now we're going to see the opponent going into a Dragonite. This will allow us to go for a debuffing move here with Glaciate, which is actually pretty decent, and we can get some damage on them as well with our fast moves, which is going to put them into range for one Side Strike, which is my main goal here, as we're going to be able to take this Dragon Claw pretty easily now after the debuff. The Side Strike coming through, that's going to do a ton of damage. Is it enough to knock them out? It is not, and they can still get to one more charge move here with the 1 HP. Very annoying for us, but we will be able to take this one as well. And the Ho-Oh coming in, and the Ho-Oh are going to take one Side Strike to its face. Let's say goodbye to them as well. Next opponent, we're going to see a Gyarados again in the lead. I made a video about Gyarados lead already. It's already out on my channel. A very cool Pokemon right now, because it beats a lot of Pokemon in the current meta. Like, it beats Groudon, it beats Kyogre, it beats also Kyurem, I guess. So like, it's a very good Pokemon to use right now, and it's a cheap one because it's 10k Stardust for the second charge move. As well, it was already in 2 community days, basically, with the one for its own and one in the December community day. So it's a very common Pokemon, so you should be fine. Here I should have thrown my move way earlier. That was a huge mistake that I didn't throw my Side Strike in time, allowing me though to farm them down with my Gholdengo and getting some decent energy. I bet they're going to have something weak to me in the back, so it's kind of awkward here right now. I'm going to let this move go through most likely. I kind of have to. It's going to be a Crunch. I'm going to swap out here, and we're going to see now the opponent staying in, and we're going to see a Terrakion in the back. We would have been so good if we shielded the Crunch, because Terrakion doesn't have a single charge move that's going to be able to hit our Gholdengo. But with the HP that we have left, it's going to be a tough one. Glaciate coming through, we're going to get the attack drop against the opponent. Maybe I should try to go for another one here, but I'm kind of too scared that they're going to farm me down. I would have been able to reach it though. That was already a misplay, I think, by me. So that's going to allow the opponent now to knock me out. And I can get to another charge move here. We have both 3-turn fast moves, so it doesn't matter when I throw. I just have to throw as soon as I get to my move. I can still survive one charge move for sure from the opponent, but I think they have enough energy to get to another one. And we lose this CMP tie here. And the opponent wins this with a few HP left. Very good game there. Could have played it a little bit better as well. I think if I got the debuff, maybe I had a better chance as well. But yeah, this is still fine. We're going to see a Mewtwo against us on the lead. This is actually a lead that we should win, I think, as a Kyurem, which is kind of funny, because we're going to be able to just debuff them with Glaciate so much that they don't really do that much damage against us anymore. And our Dragon Breath is just chunking. The thing is, I'm not really the smartest person here, and I'm going to swap into my own Mewtwo, expecting them to go for one Side Strike at that moment, because they already farmed so much. And they're gonna go ahead and go for one Shadow Ball, which is a smart decision by them, but at least we're going to be able to get out the opponent's Kyogre here, which is going to, both with K and Y in the beginning, but which is going to be okay for us. We're going to be able to go for one Dragon Claw now, trying to knock them out. Let's see what they're going to try to do here. They're going to let this move go through, and we have a ton of energy now. We have a Dialga facing off against us, as we can go for one Glaciate here. Let's see what we can do now with our Gholdengo. We can go ahead. They're now in the Shadow Ball range. We can go for a Shadow Ball before they even throw their charge move. I think that's going to knock them out. Let's take a look at this. They're going to shield this move up anyway, and we see the Mewtwo coming back in here. And I have to shield this move up here right now. It's going to be the Shadow Ball. Can we farm it down? Can we win this game? Let's see. We can farm it down. We have the Focus Blast out, and we will be able to knock them out. This is going to be it for the video. That was a very nice sweep end game from Gholdengo as well. yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. On the left side, you see my recent video, and on the right side, you can see the top teams for the Master League. So, hope you enjoyed this one. See you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.